Hello, everyone. Welcome to Online Seller UK podcast. My name is Prabhat, founder at Online Seller UK, and today I've got another interesting topic, which is how Amazon wins a customer every stop, every step of the way in the shopping journey. So, I'm joined by Peter, who is managing director of Amazon agency called Melody, and we'll dive into the topic straight on. So, but before we go forward, Peter, why don't you introduce yourself, your company, and we take it from there.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you, Prabhat. Thank you for the invite and thank you for having me. Yeah, just very top line. Melody, we are an Amazon agency. We've come out of a larger agency called SMP, where we used to do an awful lot of omni-channel and holistic. And as time evolved, we did more and more Amazon, and so hence we set up a new agency within that theme called Melody. Because of this, and this is why this topic was of an awful lot of interest to me when you first broached it. It's we all because of our heritage, we look at Amazon in the round rather than just an individual element within the whole shopping journey. And we always try and work out therefore how people explored using it beforehand, afterwards, post-sale, pre, and so on. So all in all, it's a very exciting topic for us and one yeah, we just love to talk about as and often as we can.
Excellent. So I'll start with a really big question. So why would somebody shop on Amazon even after seeing their website or somewhere else in the brand website?
Completely. I suppose the simple answer to that now is no one shops in a single straight line. Everyone is always going around all the place. So people use Amazon for many, many reasons. So we naturally think of Amazon as someone's going in there on to buy, but it's a huge part now of how people do awareness, how they do consideration, when they are going to purchase, obviously, because that's Amazon's sweet spot, or even how they do repurchase. I mean, there's a lovely statistic out there at the moment, and it's 12 months old by Statista, along the lines of 61% now of people who purchase or started their product search journey on Amazon, not on Google. Now, Amazon is a place you can buy it from. So that straight away shows the importance and power of Amazon. But it's not just for the place to purchase. So as we said, it influences the full area. And if you think about Amazon now, Prajma, acting kind of Prabhat as a search in to start with. One of the first things you do is you want to build trust when you discover. You want to understand about areas, and Amazon has this, from verified reviews to fully bought together queues and so on. They have this in abundance, more so to be honest than most D2C sellers would have, or even a physical store. So there's lots of bells and whistles, which helps validate on the discovery, on the awareness, and then ultimately towards the purchase. So Amazon now is incredibly strong. Yes, we see it as a purchase item, but because consumers come in and out and around, Amazon now influences on almost every single part of that shopping journey as you go through it.
Okay, excellent. So, while you were talking about that, you mentioned a really important area, trust. Um,
Yeah.
so why would you think people trust Amazon compared to even a brand website?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I think well, there's two answers to that. The first one, I'll do the second part of the question first. I don't believe brand websites can compete with the sheer volume that Amazon gets. And therefore, if you think about that volume, that's social proof, that's social validation. And you're going to get it from reviews, you're going to get it from people who've bought, you're going to get from resubscriptions. So you can't really get that volume and that depth and that richness that Amazon provides. And a lot of people, obviously, when they're going on Amazon now, when they're doing awareness to discovery, they'll actually search by 4 stars or above. So straight away, you're getting a cut down of what item you're looking at based on people's comments and reviews. So the social proofing is absolutely enormous. And in everyday way, yeah, in the olden days, when you were walking in a store, often one of the reasons you go look at that product when you were doing discovery, Prabhat, was around word of mouth. And it was like, oh, I bought this, you should do this, I'll go to physical, I'll have a look at it. Amazon has that in spades. If you think about the social proofing, the social validation as that word of mouth, but in the modern area, That's exactly what it is. And so whether you're thinking about a product and you're doing your first search, I want something around pet food and it's 4 stars or above, to, oh, actually, I have got this pet food, it's great. What is everyone else thinking about it? To how many people repeat and purchase it? The social validation is enormous. And retail themselves, retailers and brand DTC just cannot compete with that sheer weight and volume.
Yeah, you've got the right point there. So a lot of brands obviously want to drive traffic to their website because there is, customer retention and you get more value retaining the customer. Whereas, when you shop on Amazon, there is competing products left, right, and center. So
Yeah.
it's may not be appealing for a brand to, invest in a one-off sale. Um, but do you think there is a some sort of mechanism that, Amazon retains that customer for that particular brand and helps in remarketing that product to them?
It's a very good question. I mean, again, this goes back to the strength of Amazon and seeing it outside the single space. So because Amazon has helped with the consideration journey and then to the purchase, it's very, very good for simple repeat because a lot of what it's built on ultimately is we do things faster, we do things simpler. You can get delivery, you can get it the next day. If you wanted to repeat, it's at a click and so on. So from the point of view of concreting that sale and repeating that sale, Amazon is a great place. Even if you go into the physical and you may have bought the physical for the first time, when it comes to then getting accessories or bolt-ons, then simplicity is key. I mean, an easy way to think of it is Amazon is the perfect frictionless journey. So even if you've gone through the physical to begin with, you want frictionless after that. But then at the same stage, again, to part of your question, in the discovery phase, even before you purchase, there's very, very few vehicles that you as a challenger brand can take on big established brands, which you can do through the media. So you can conquest, you can, so can you imagine going into Tesco's, Prabhat, and saying to Tesco, I want all these taken off the shelf because I want to put my ones on there, and they'll go, but you're a challenger brand, you're not selling any. Why would I do that? Well, we can do that on Amazon. We can do that on Amazon, and then we can do the accessories on Amazon as well. So it's a complete combination of everything that makes Amazon so strong. And again, I know I'm repeating myself now, but in the whole puzzle of how people shop, it has a strength in every one of those different elements, which physical retailers and D2C brands just struggle to compete with.
Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I think you've given us quite a few good nuggets here. So, last question very quickly on this. So, if now that's related with challenger brand. So, a lot of people, sell on Amazon, which is fine. A lot of people question whether Amazon is the right place to be. And I'll take an example of a challenger brand to start with. So what would be your, if I say, two or three advice for some people who is questioning whether it's the right place to be, what would you advise them, in a couple of points?
Yeah, I think there's no one single silver bullet, and Amazon is not the silver bullet. It should be seen as part of a wider marketing mix. Amazon on its own can't solve everything, but it can go a long way towards helping. The second thing I think is it depends on in the lifestyle where your brand is. So if you are a challenger brand, Amazon is brilliant for giving you awareness and recognition against the big category driving brands, which a lot of other forms can't do. But what is lovely about that then is if you build up the social proofing and you focus on social proofing as well, it can actually elevate you immediately into awareness and discovery, which you could not do in other forms. So because of the social proofing, because the opportunity it gives challenger brands, it is probably the perfect place for a challenger brand to launch on or grow on or develop. However, it does, like I said, need to be seen in the round because it is not that silver bullet. You still want to talk about other communication areas. How do people shop? How do they go through? What are the mindsets at different points? And where is Amazon in that? But if you do all that together, I can't think of a better vehicle for any brand out there at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you again for talking to me, Peter. So if somebody wants to,
Pleasure.
have a call with you, perhaps, you know, have clear out some doubts. Obviously you are quite knowledgeable in the Amazon area. So where's the best place to find you?
Literally, well, I was gonna put out my mobile number, but that's gonna be the wrong thing to do straight away there, Prabhat. So literally, if people just go to wearemelody.com, it's the easiest way just to reach out to us, and we'll always respond the same day.
Excellent. Okay. Thanks again for your time today, and let's speak to you soon. All the best, Peter.
Pleasure. Take care, Prabhat. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye.